Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Faye Fitness. Faye here, and today we will be continuing on with our men's self-defense series, and today we are going to cover how to attack a predator's neck and collarbone area. So if this sounds like something you'd like to learn, stay tuned and I'll show you how. Everyone, and welcome to another edition of Faye Fitness. Today we are going to continue on with our women's self-defense series and work on how to attack a predator's neck and collarbone area. And as you can see, I have my lovely hubby with me to help film this video. Sarah was here earlier today and we filmed the same video, but we had a lot of problems with the audio quality. For some weird reason my camera just couldn't handle it. So my hubby has decided to step in and fill those shoes so she doesn't have to drive all the way back out here. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the top of the neck and then work our way down to the collarbones. So the first move you can do is, if my hubby is an attacker coming at me, I can take my non-dominant hand, so for me this will be my left hand, place it under his chin. So I want to get it right underneath his jawbone to lift his head up. So with my dominant hand, I can punch the neck. The other thing you can do is, if you don't want to do a punch, you can do a knife hand. So remember from our women's self-defense series, that's just taking the hand and making it very nice and straight, and we want to use this outer edge of the hand in a knife kind of cutting, chopping motion. So I've got my hand up, lifting his neck up, and I'm going to knife hand either angle, whichever is easier for me in that moment. So this works really well for an attacker who is my height or taller. If the attacker was smaller than me, kind of getting your hand up and under isn't all that effective, but you can still use the knife hand or a punch in those situations. So moving down just a little bit from the neck is the windpipe. So it'll run the entire distance from top to bottom on the front of the neck. What you can do with the windpipe is grab it, either with your dominant or non-dominant hands, and squeeze. So I'm not going to hurt you, but just grab and squeeze. And this works really well is if you have fingernails, to kind of dig into the skin and add extra pain. So what you're trying to do is actually crush the windpipe or make it very hard for your attacker to breathe. So this is going to instigate their fight or flight sense, and for most people it freaks them out and is that flight sense. So he's not going to be focused on attacking me anymore. He's now focused on trying to breathe and function normally. So again, it's going to freak most people out and make them step away from you, so then I can then turn and run to safety. So again, just grab and squeeze. The other thing you can do when aiming for the windpipe is to do a knife hand again. So this is a thing that most predators, especially if they're coming at you, to grab. Their hands are now on me or coming at me and not up protecting their face. So a knife hand or punch is super effective. The other thing you can do, especially once they get into close range like this, is an elbow. So when we're talking about our elbows, we want to do the end of the elbow and maybe like an inch or two onto your actual forearm. This is the perfect location to really jab into someone's throat. And it doesn't take a lot of strength or precision. You just want to jab up, and you can do it with, oh sorry, covered your face. But you can do the left as well. So you can aim it to whatever size your attacker is and however distance they are close to you. So, sorry. The next thing you can do is, if, say, you get into a grappling situation with your attacker where we're attacking each other, things are getting serious, and I get you in a headlock. So if I may put you in a headlock right here. So yeah, I know, I'm small, you have to kind of work with me here. So I've got him in a headlock. What I can do now is use my foot to kick out the back of his knees and drop him to the ground. And he's kind of stuck. He's in a position where he can't attack me, he can't really get up. So I can use this opportunity to call for help of, hey, something terrible is happening, please come help me, and alert either passerbyers or maybe if there's any authorities around as to what's going on. So again, he's not going anywhere. So thank you. Last but not least is the collarbone, which is a very underutilized aspect of self-defense. And the collarbone is just this bone that runs from basically the middle of your neck out to your shoulders. Everybody's got them, and it's really easy to break or fracture or just hurt this area. The easiest way to do it is what's called a hammer fist. So you make a fist, and you want the base of your hand here to come down in a hammer motion. So if you've ever held a hammer as I hammered a nail into something, that up and down motion, just make your fist and go in this up and down motion. So what I want to do is actually hit his collarbone and try to break it. It only takes on average about 8 pounds of pressure in order to break this bone. So it's a really low risk move for you, especially if you don't lift weights, you're not very active in the gym or anything, to just break it or at least fracture it so it'll hurt like heck and also limit the mobility of this arm. The other thing you can do is you can punch it, and that is great if you're of any height of attacker. If they're smaller than you, same size, larger, and punch it, and this will also hurt the bone. It may be uncomfortable for your fingers, but at the same time, I'd rather break a finger and avoid a harmful situation and an attack to get to safety than the opposite. So again, that's just something you just punch. You can do it with either hand. I'm right-handed, so I tend to favor this hand. You can also practice with your left or a hammer fist. And feel free to just kind of jump a little bit to get some good momentum. Don't be afraid of hurting someone who's about to hurt you. The goal with this series is to stun the attacker so you can get to safety. So please keep that in mind. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. And otherwise, I will see you all next week for another self-defense video. So until then, bye guys!